All right, Wolves, we've got a quick video for you today. We're going to be talking about face-offs. So you guys played great in the last game. I'm excited about how you guys looked. Everything that we've worked on so far looked really good. So, that's our defensive zone coverage and our breakouts primarily. So we do need to talk a little bit about face-offs. We'll work more on these in upcoming practices, but I wanted to at least give you guys some basic instructions on what we're looking to do, especially in the defensive zone face-offs. So let's just say that this end here is our defensive zone. So we'll go ahead and put Easton in net. Okay, so that's an E for Easton. And then we're going to draw up where everybody should be. So obvious one, centerman is taking the face-off. Okay. Now here's where that's kind of the only thing that's that's normal for the way that we do face-offs. So let's start with the defenseman. Okay, our defensemen, most of our defensemen are right-handed. So if you're out there and it's two right-handed defensemen, don't even worry about it. Just one of you line up on each hash mark. Okay, but and I'll draw this in a second. If you're playing one righty and one lefty, so last game that was like Tyler and Zerbal, right? So what we'll do is we'll actually switch you. So usually, like Tyler's right-handed, he was playing right D. Zerbal's left-handed, he was playing left D. We're going to switch sides just for the face-off, and I'll show you why here in a second. So we're going to put our left defenseman there and our right defenseman here on the hash marks, okay? So there is no defenseman behind. Okay, I'll show you where we're going with this here in a second. Okay, then usually who would be here? It would be the right winger, right? So the right wingers, you're probably wondering, okay, where does that mean I should be? We're going to take the right winger, we're going to plant him just inside the right defenseman's shoulder there. Okay, so on this small rink, it looks like you're blocking Easton's view. You actually won't be because there's a lot more room in there than what this looks like. So you're going to be planted right there just on that defenseman's inside shoulder. And I'll show you what you're going to be doing here in a second. Left winger, usually you would be right where the right defenseman is. You're going to pull out to the middle here. Okay? So that's our setup. I want you to take a good look at this, and you're probably going to want to, I actually am going to assign you, I want you to watch this video more than once. So watch it at least twice before the game tomorrow. Okay? Here's what happens. Whether or not we win or lose. So let's talk about what happens when we win it. Let's talk about where's our centerman trying to win it. Our centerman is trying to win it back to the corner, okay? So sometimes he'll win it cleanly back, sometimes it won't be, but we want it coming back this direction, okay? And the reason why we put our left defenseman here on the boards, on the hash marks here, is because no matter where that puck goes, he's skating forward to go get it, okay? So he's coming in like this to pick it up. Now, if the puck is right along the boards, like right here, then he's on his forehand side to scoop that puck off the corner. It's no problem. If it was a righty, he'd be crossing his hands over his body, trying to pick it up, dig it out on his backhand, and it's a lot slower. So what we're looking to do is for that defenseman to come in. Now, just so we kind of have an example here, what if this defenseman had lined up here? Some teams do that. And what happens is because we want to go straight from here into a yellow breakout. We want to go straight, skate it behind the net hard. So if he's here and the puck goes to the right side of him, now what does he have to do before he can go get that puck? He has to come get it this way, pick it up, and then turn around, right? So it's a lot slower. So the way we have him set up, it's a lot quicker. All he does is swing in, loop in, pick it up, and he's on his way. So it's a full speed sprint here. Okay, so again, this is when we win it, and we're always trying to win it back in our own zone. So he'll pick up the puck, he's immediate, it's a full speed sprint, pick it up and go. One side of the ice to the other. Okay, now let's talk about our wingers. So we're looking to go yellow to green. If we win the face-off, we're going yellow to green breakout immediately. Okay. So let's talk about our left winger here first. Okay, so if our left winger sees that we win the face-off, okay, left winger sees that we have won it, that defenseman's got the puck, he's immediately peeling out, coming over to the boards, just like that. Okay. Let's talk about our right winger. Actually, let's save him for last. Our centerman, as soon as he sees that we've won the faceoff, what's he doing? He's doing the same thing he always does when we have the puck in our zone. He's shadowing. So he's going to peel through. Wherever that defenseman goes, he's going on the front side of the net, but shadowing, slightly behind the play so that he can still see the defenseman's numbers. And then as that puck comes out, as soon as that green breakout pass is made, he's coming up and he's got to be close. Okay? So I actually drew him up too far, but I'm assuming that we already got the puck. Okay, so that we've got the puck here. This guy's maybe taking a couple steps with it. Now that's where the centerman should be. Okay, so slightly behind. Okay, so this all looks like a regular breakout, right? Here's where things get a little bit tricky. This right winger, this is called our attack man. Okay, so he's going to be attacking through. He's going through, win or lose. As soon as the ref's hand moves, he's jumping through. Okay, now I'm going to show you what happens when we win first, and then we'll talk about what happens when we lose. Okay, so if we win, he's come through. He's kind of looking over his shoulder. He sees our defenseman's got it, and the breakout is on its way. So what he's going to do is he's going to continue on through, kind of, again, still watching the play. And when he sees that that puck is on its way, what's he doing? He's becoming the breakaway man. Okay, so I'm going to draw this out and then adjust it. Your route will look something like this. Okay, so ideally, if we're drawing this up like perfectly, it goes win the puck back to the corner. Defenseman skates it for a yellow. Green breakout, so yellow to green. Little touch pass to the centerman swinging through. Centerman peels out. Couple steps up with the puck. Again, he continues wide, and then he feeds that breakaway man. Boom. Right out. Now, Aiden did a fantastic job. We've got the game film, and we'll go through that. We'll probably go through both game films together in the same video after Friday night's game. Okay? But Aiden was doing this really well. You get outside the play, and it makes their defensemen have to either make a decision. They either go with you or they don't. And if they go with you, then that opens up space for the rest of our breakout to happen here, right? If they don't go with you, then you're open behind their defenseman as a breakaway man. So the attack man comes through, win or lose. As soon as the ref's hand moves, he goes through, win or lose. If we've won it and it's a breakout starting, then he's going to peel out and become the breakaway man. Okay? And that leaves one more guy. What's this right defenseman doing? Okay, well, he's going to be setting a pick. So the other team will have guys like this. He'll have a guy right here. I won't draw everybody on the other team. But the other team will have a guy here. And so that right defenseman, as soon as that puck drops, he kind of just steps in the way of him. So that he's basically creating a clear lane for that right winger to get through. So it's a little pick. That's what we call a pick. Okay, so he just kind of gets in the way of that defender there. And it helps the right winger to be able to get through, and it also makes it so this defender can't get through to the corner as quickly. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So that's what we do in the case when we win it. Now, a couple tactical things. Our centerman, win or lose, his job, in fact, I'll keep this guy here and we'll just throw another guy down. The centerman's job, win or lose. So take the face off and then you tie up this guy right here, okay? You can't let your centerman get through you. So don't let him get through to the defenseman. Especially don't let him get through to the net, okay? So you take the face off and then tie up. Lock on, get in his way, okay? You can't hold on to him, but you're going to get in his way, make it so that he can't get through to the net, can't become a scoring threat, okay? Let's get rid of some of these lines, and then let's talk about what happens when we lose the face-off. Okay, so now let's talk about what happens when we lose the face-off. So most teams will usually pull the puck back to the strong side. So a lot of times you'll see this. So the centerman pulls it back to that defenseman. Now, what is tempting is for this centerman to go chasing out. It happens over and over. We don't want to do that. Our centerman's job is not to take the defenseman, okay? Ever. Your job is to tie up and lock on with your own centerman. Because what happens is the centerman gets, he wants to go out there and get this guy. their centerman sneaks through and gets to the front of the net, and then our centerman is out of position. They get a shot through. He's not in a good position to stop the shot anyways, our centerman, and it just leaves us outnumbered down low, which is not what we want to do. So remember I said the right winger goes through, win or lose. He's the attack man, okay? Now if we were on the other side, it would be the left winger, okay? So, but the attack man goes through, win or lose. So if we win, he becomes a breakaway man. No problem. If we lose, he is going out to pressure the puck, okay? Now he pressures that puck if the puck is anywhere on, let me just show you. I'm going to draw a little green box here. Anywhere, so we're going to start from this edge of the circle. We're going to come across to the boards and up to the blue line. So if they win the face-off anywhere in this little box, okay? So if it goes over to this player, for example, right winger goes and chases him. He gets him. If it goes out to this player, right winger goes and gets him. If it goes out to this guy, that's not the right winger's job. Most teams will have that. Like, this is how we set up, right? Like, we had a goal like that from last game where Lincoln won it back to Dylan. Dylan went D to D. Tyler shot. And then I can't remember who put it in. I think it was Otto. It was on one of our power plays. So anyways, if it goes out to this guy, that's not the right winger's job. I'll show you who gets that. That's going to be the left winger, okay? But if you look at this puts us in, if the right winger is going through win or lose, and he's attacking, this puts us in proper position where we can get straight into our D-zone coverage anyways. So hopefully that makes sense. Now this right winger, you're going out there like full speed. You're going out there like a bad smell, right? Wherever that puck goes, you're on it. If the puck is just kind of, like sometimes neither centerman wins or loses, like it's just kind of bobbling in here. If that's the case, you go through, you pick it up. Your job is you're trying to get the puck. Now, if you get the puck, we've got a set play that already happens. We've already got it in place. So let's just say the puck comes out here. Let's just say you pick it up. You intercept it somewhere in here. Okay, so the puck came and like you picked it up right here. You don't even need to look. What you're going to do is you're going to take 2 steps up with it. Okay, and then you're going to throw it hard like a shot pass off the boards this direction. It's going to bounce out to here. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is before this face-off, you've already coordinated with your left winger. You say, hey, if I get it, you're coming with me. Okay? So the left winger's watching. Now, if we lose the face-off, the left winger's already starting to come out this direction. Okay? Not full speed yet, but he's coming out to watch. Because if they do go D to D, you need to be on him anyways, so that we don't have happen to us what we did to the Lightning yesterday, or whatever day that was, Tuesday, right? If that makes sense. So we want to have, so if they go D to D, we want that guy on him immediately. Okay, so you're already inching out, and as you see that guy's getting ready to pass it, you can just get out and get on him. And oftentimes, if you read it properly, you'll actually be able to get in there and intercept it and get a breakaway out of that. So be aggressive on this, right? But if we get it, so you're already on your way out. If we get it, then you know that play is coming through. He's just going to fire it off the boards, and you're on your horse. You're going to the races. It's a foot race now between you and this defenseman. But you already know the play. You know that your guy's just going to throw it out to the neutral zone and let you race to it. We've got a lot of speed on our team. We're a good skating team. We've worked a lot on skating. We'll continue to work a lot on skating. We did CrossFit in the summer. We're in better shape than the guys we're playing against. So you got to win that foot race. Get out there and get it. This is a preset play that we'll get a lot of offense on if we do it right. Okay? So if we get it, that's what it looks like. And then the centerman's going to be following up as the trailer man. Okay? Now, let's just go back and assume that we don't get it, because we don't always get it. Sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't. So let's just say it comes back to this guy. Okay, we've got our right winger going out. Okay, he's our attack man. We've got our right defenseman who has come in here just like this, getting ready so he can, get a good lane through. And then after that faceoff, so our left winger's coming out like this. And then once that puck is on its way back, then our left defenseman is making his way back to the front. Our right defenseman, after he picks, is making his way back to the front. And our centerman, after he picks, is making his way back to the front. So we'll have it look like this. I'm going to take get rid of these lines and just put the guys where they should be. So it ends up looking like this, which is just a little bit more aggressive version of our box plus one, because we have our other winger already kind of going out. So it really actually makes like a triangle in front, which is fine. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so it's a good setup, and it puts us straight into our defensive zone coverage. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's go down into the offensive zone now, talk a little bit about our offensive face-off setups. For now, we're just going to do one setup, and we're going to do it every time. As we move forward in the season, we may add a second setup, but for now, it'll just be this. So we're going to have the centerman. Again, obviously, that's the obvious one. Centerman's there. And then left D and right D, just set up normal. Okay, so left D there, right D here. That's fine. But then we are going to reverse our wingers again. So, and again, this just depends on the shot. So if you've got two right wingers, then you're not going to worry about it. But if you've got a lefty and a righty on your line, and you can just base it off that. We're going to put the left winger here, so on the off wing, and the right winger here on the off wing again. And the reason why is we want forehand shots. Okay, so this play is called the sleeper. So I want you guys talking before the face-off. It's the centerman's job to make sure everybody knows what's going on and that everybody's in the right spot. So centerman, place your guys where you want them, and then you're going to say, hey, we're running the sleeper. So what happens on the sleeper is the centerman's going to win the face-off back like this, okay, to the right winger coming through. Okay, now sometimes he's going to actually win it, but what I usually do on this is I just tie up the other centerman's stick and let my right winger come in and pick it up out of my feet. So it can go either way, but what we want to have happen here is for the centerman to win the puck towards the right winger. Right winger is going to come in, pick it up, and then attack through the seam. It's like we talk about, attack through the seam and get a shot on net. Like this. Okay? The left winger's job there is, if they have a guy that's trying to be an attack man, like we do, then the left winger is going to jump in front of him like that and set a pick so that this guy can't get through to attack our winger. And that's it. So centerman win the draw back and then drive that net. Winger set the pick and then get to the net, and then we should have a shot on net with two guys trying to bang in rebounds and whatever else. So that's the sleeper play. That's what we're doing on the offensive face-offs. Okay, neutral zone face-offs, for now at least, we're going to get super aggressive. Okay, so we want to win everything forward in the neutral zone face-offs. So that's going to look like this. Let's just say we're on this dot here. Okay, so neutral zone face-off, we've got our centerman taking the face-off. We're going to have our right winger on the right side, left winger on the left side. Okay, and then our two defensemen are back like this. Perfect. Now what we're going to do here, let me just move these guys so they're a little bit more spaced properly. Let's just say our centerman's a righty. Okay, so his forehand side would be pushing it this direction. Like that. Okay, so he's going to basically put his bottom hand low, and as soon as that ref's hand moves, that's what we're looking at. We're not looking down, we're looking at the ref's hand. As soon as his hand moves, you're firing it through like a snapshot. You're just slapping at the puck, and you may take, one slap, you might get it, but if you miss it, take another slap. So just you're popping it through as hard as you can. So if you're a righty, your forehand will put it through this direction. So you need to let your left winger know, hey, I'm going forward to your side. We want to win it forward to our forehand side. Okay? If you're a lefty, so like Lincoln, he's a lefty, taking his face off, he'll be pushing it through to the opposite side. So he's going to coordinate with his right winger and say, hey, I'm winning it forward to your side, so you get ready to go. Now the centerman might, he might make a change. Like, for example, if it's Desmond, well, actually, no, Desmond's a righty and Otto's a lefty, so that would work. But, like Aiden was playing really well yesterday, and Aiden was, he was kind of hot. I think he had at least one goal and a lot of setups. So he might say, hey, he might tell his wingers to switch sides if he wants to win it over to Aiden's side. And Aiden's usually playing left wing. So he might say, hey, Wyatt, switch with Aiden. Aiden, switch with Wyatt. and then Aiden will be here and he'll be moving it forward. So it just depends. You can kind of have a little bit of room to make adjustments, but a left-handed centerman is going to be pushing it forward to the right side. A right-handed centerman is going to be pushing it forward to the left side. So that strong side winger needs to be ready to attack. And as soon as that ref's hand moves, the attack winger, the strong side winger, is getting through, and it's a race. He wants to get on that loose puck. And again, we'll have lots of scoring opportunities from that. So anytime a faceoff's in the neutral zone, so it might be here, it might be, if it's a center ice faceoff, right? Same setup. It might be closer to the offensive zone faceoffs, right? Same setup. We want to push it forward, and we want to attack their defensemen hard. We want to get on that puck and get scoring opportunities from winning the puck forward. So that's kind of the game plan with faceoffs. There was one more that I want to talk about really quick. Okay, so let's just say we've got a center ice faceoff. This is where it happens most commonly. Okay, and let's say we've got the other team set up. Okay, and it's going to look like this. I want our defenseman taking a look at what hand their centerman shoots. So if he's a right-handed and if he's trying to move the puck forward, a righty, if their team is a right-handed centerman and he's trying to move the puck forward, it would end up coming forward this direction, right? So our two defensemen need to look at it, and whichever side is on the forehand side of the defenseman or of the centerman, that defenseman is going to slide up right at the edge of the circle there. Okay, the other defenseman will peel back a tiny bit, and that will be it. Because if he wins it forward, we want to be the one jumping on it. So we're going to pick it up. We might go D to D, and then look for that. If we get the puck, our wingers are going up we call this to the house, right? I guess we have two houses, but I call this the house. This little area right here, right at the blue line on the boards. It's just the same as a breakout, except it's in the neutral zone. So we could go D to D, right? Partner pass. And then up to the house like that, and the centerman will be swinging through just like a breakout. It'll look like that. Okay, so it can go D to D, up to the house, little touch pass the centerman swinging through. We're in the zone quickly. It's a quick transition play. Okay, the last one, we had a couple times where we were shorthanded last game. Okay, or sometimes there was like a 4-on-4 and our defenseman didn't know what to do with it. So what we had is if it's a 4-on-4, we're always going to have two defensemen. That's the way we're going to play this. So instead of having our D back like this and having an open man here, what we're going to do is we're going to slide up the strong side defenseman, move the other defenseman to the middle, so we still have three set up with their guys. And then as soon as that puck drops, our defenseman's going to peel through. But it doesn't leave this guy some space to get the puck and be a threat on us. So we're going to move the defenseman up. Then as soon as the puck drops, the defensemen both peel back into their regular positions. Okay, that's it. That's a lot to cover. Like I said, I want you watching this. Watch it at least twice, but maybe even 3 times before the game tomorrow. And we'll see you guys at the game tomorrow. We'll do another quick review of this. Also, I'll write this in the email to your parents too, but I want you to write your name in the comments of this video so that I know you watched it. So if you don't watch the whole thing, you won't hear me say this. So write your name in the comments with your YouTube account. Your parents might need to help you set one up so you can make a comment. And I'll be watching those comments, and I'll be tracking who actually watched this video because we need to have everybody watching them. All right, guys. See you at the rink.